Hi there. As you probably already know, I'm Chad Habel. I'm the Program Coordinator of the UPP and also the lecturer for University Research, and welcome to the course University Research in the University Preparatory Program. This is a bit weird, me being two-dimensional, right? But this semester I'm going to be trying out a new method of delivering lectures by delivering them online. I'm using a platform called Articulate Storyline, and you should be able to access them through my uni. Today I just wanted to give you a bit of an idea of what to expect and what you'll need to do, and give you a bit of a tour around what the Articulate Storyline lectures will look like. Lectures in this course will come in a package, and you'll need a good internet connection to access them because they're full of videos and interaction and things like that. So if you don't have good internet at home, set aside a couple of hours a week and bring some headphones into the hub or a computer lab to be sure that you get it done. You may be able to do them on a mobile device like a phone or an iPad via the browser, but I'd probably try and do them via a PC to avoid any resizing issues you might get. Obviously, this is the first time I've been doing this, and it's quite challenging, technically speaking. So if there are any glitches or problems with how it works, please let me know, and my apologies in advance for that. I'll be honest, some of these online lectures may take over an hour, over the usual lecture hour, but I figure you're also saving time on travelling to university, right? And you're supposed to be spending 13 hours a week on each of these courses in this program anyway, so you should have time to do it. So there's a number of reasons why I'm doing the lectures in this way, and most of them are to do with making it easier for you to learn what you need to before the tutorial. For starters, the lecture in this course is scheduled on a different day to the tutorial, and I know that can be really inconvenient for you, especially if you have to come in for a 1-hour lecture and nothing else for the rest of the day, so you don't need to do that. Secondly, you'll get to do the lectures at a time and a place that suits you, so you can do it in your pajamas, drinking coffee if you like. Thirdly, you get to take it at your own pace. So you can take a break in the middle of a module, you can pause or you can rewind through a video, you can review little chunks of information whenever you want. So hopefully that'll suit you as well. Fourthly, this system allows me to use resources from outside to bring them into the course. So hopefully it makes the learning a lot more interesting and varied for you. You're not just full of videos just of me, although there's a lot of that as well. And there's also interactive activities to keep your mind sharp. Finally, I'm able to design some learning activities that really explicitly prepare you for what you'll do in the tutorial. So the two are very strongly linked. So that when I need to just deliver some information to you, like I do now to tell you about this stuff, I can do it online. But when we need to discuss things in depth and have negotiation and discussion and questions and answers and all of that sort of thing, we can do that in the tutorial as well. So really, I'm doing this to enhance your learning, and I hope it works. Now, doing these lectures is not optional. I've got to be honest with you. The main problem, biggest worry I have about doing the lectures in this way is that students won't bother doing it because we're not forcing them to come into a lecture theatre. So I'm putting a lot of trust in you, and I hope that pays off. So what I want you to do is schedule some time into your timetable every week to do this lecture, as you normally would. You'd normally schedule an hour or 2 hours to go to a lecture. So I want you to do it with this, except you can just do it at home. So is it a Sunday night or a Monday night or, Sunday afternoon, or what's a good time for you? Pick that time and set aside 2 to 3 hours to do this online lecture well before the tutorial. I plan to make the lectures available at least a week before the tutorial, so there's no excuse for not doing them. You should have plenty of time to do them. Just so you know, we're using my uni to track who does the online lectures and who doesn't, so we'll know who's doing it properly, and we have lots of devious and cruel punishments for those of you who don't. So let me show you what a normal online lecture will look like. I'm going to go to a screen share now. So this is, you'll get to it through my uni. Your my uni will look a little bit like this without so many courses. University Research is where you'll go for it. Content, because it's the content, it's something that we're actually doing in the course. Online lectures, makes sense, right? And then there's weeks, right? So you'll go to week 1. And here's all of everything you need for week 1. This is what it looks like. It'll have a number there and then a title of it. It's a package, so it looks a bit like a box here. It's the first lecture in the course. Enjoy. So you'll click that and it'll open up a new window. Looks like this, right? But this is what Articulate Storyline looks like. So you can see here, there's a navigation bar here, right? You can see all of these are called scenes. Scene. These are called slides, right? Each one of these is about 24 slides in this lecture, okay? So you can use this menu to jump around to whatever you want to do. If you come in halfway through, you've already done half of the thing, you can move around like that a lot, okay? However, I don't want you to use that too much, that navigation too much, because if you do that, you might end up with missing some activities. So if you miss an activity like this by clicking through like that, then that's not good. It doesn't look good on your record, right? So this is what it looks like. We've got buttons here. You open up the disclaimer, you turn the disclaimer off. Stuff like that. This is all just kind of legal type stuff, right? These are your navigation buttons, right? Okay, so I'd much rather that you use these or the blue navigation buttons that will come up on the slides than the navigation down here. So you navigate through like this. Now this is what an ordinary slide looks like. This is a welcome to the course, okay? It's a video. Makes sense. So you watch the video.
Hi, welcome to
Oh, double me. That's weird. Okay, so you've got videos you can watch, you can pause, you can go back through them like this, however you like. You can see how long they are, right? Oh, this is a 10-minute video. I'm going to need to get a coffee for this, and so on, right? What I want you to do is there's text on each slide as well. I'd like you to read that text before you watch the video on the slide, okay? There's not usually heaps of text, but do that before you watch the video, and then you can go back and you can look at the text there. The other thing that I've got is that videos that I've done myself on YouTube, I've got notes for, right? So you might be watching this.
Hi, welcome to the first lecture for University.
And you can follow it through reading as well. Some people find that distracting, so you can just switch that off by turning back to the menu tab. But if you want to read, you might read ahead, you might follow as I'm talking. The notes are there for you as well to do that, right? So that's pretty much what the slides look like. Activities are very important, right? They should be fairly straightforward, hopefully. So, for example, you have an activity like this. What's the first assignment that's due for this course? Now, this should be clear in all of these videos. These activities test your knowledge of the videos that have come before. So if you have trouble with these activities, go back and look at the videos. Go back and look at the information and review it so you can get the video right. It's pretty simple to do these things. First assignment that's due, you might say, or maybe this one, submit. It'll say no, it's incorrect. Okay, and it'll keep prompting you until you go. Some of the activities are a little bit different, right? So you'll see this activity here is a drag and drop, okay? You get, here's a concept, you want to attach the right information to the right concepts. So you'll see though that there's a little bit of description of how you should do it. You know, suck it and see, try it out, see how it goes. What you can also do is, because it opens up on a separate window, you can quite easily, for example, go quantitative. I don't know what that is. You can go to another browser, you can Google quantitative, go and look at Wikipedia for the definition of quantitative. Oh, I've got that information, and then come back, oops, sorry, and then, here it is, and then come back to it. I just lost the windows a little bit there, sorry about that. So you're able to jump between the lecture and your browsers quite easily to do research and find stuff there. Okay, so I encourage you to do that. All right, back to me. So you'll probably need to be quite resourceful as you're doing these modules. That's why it's good that you can jump between windows. There are bound to be terms, ideas, and concepts that you've never heard of, so you'll need to have an internet browser open somewhere else, ready to Google or Wikipedia search a whole bunch of terms. There is some stuff you just need to figure out yourself in order to complete the module. I can't explain every single little concept and every single little idea, so you need to be active and smart about how you find the information that you need. For instance, in Lecture 4, there's an activity, that drag and drop one, there's an activity that asks you to sort things like interviews, surveys, questionnaires, and so on into categories. If you don't know what these forms of data collection are, you're going to find it quite difficult to do that activity, so you need to go and do a little bit of extra research to find out. So don't just get stumped and stop working, okay? Don't give up. Keep at it until you've completed the whole lecture, the whole module, and you're ready for the tutorial. And hey, if you want to do it with friends, that's fine too. There's no rule against that. Take your laptop around their place or do it on computers next to each other in the hub. Discuss the videos and activities to help each other out. Make sure you do it on separate machines though, so that we can track your individual progress. Obviously, if your friend's the only one doing the activities, it's not going to come up against your name. But it's not an exam that you have to do alone. Also, you'll probably need to take notes, just like any normal lecture. So have a pad of paper ready and a pen, and write down any important ideas for later or any questions that you have. Bring these notes to the tutorial because you'll be discussing the lecture content in detail. Anything that's unclear, you'll delve into it a lot more in the tutorial. Keep in mind though that there will definitely be no review of the lecture in the tutorial. So we're not going to re-deliver the information that's in the lecture in the tutorial. So if you, we're not going to go over that material again because if you've done we expect you to have done the online material before coming to class. If you haven't, you won't understand most of the discussion. You'll be behind. You'll lose a whole week's learning, and trust me, in this course it makes it very hard to get ahead. There's no point in intending to do the online lecture after the tutorial. You must do it beforehand. There are also activities to do after the online lecture, but before the tutorial, so give yourself plenty of time to do them too. So if the tutorial's on Friday afternoon, you might have a reading and a quiz to do. You don't want to do the online lecture on Thursday night, because then you find out you've got a whole reading to do and you don't have time to do it before Friday. So I recommend that you do them on the weekend, all right? The weekend before the tutorial, give yourself plenty of time, then you've got the week to do the extra work beforehand. One of the things about the activities through these lectures is that the quizzes and activities like that are not always straightforward. Sometimes you might not agree with the answer, or you might not understand why your answer was incorrect. This is particularly true because many of the activities are select the best option type answers. So there are no easy right or wrong answers. Remember, you're not being assessed on whether or not you get the right answers. You're being assessed on whether or not you complete the activity. Okay, you get a tick, you've done the lecture. That's the main thing we're looking for. So if any of the answers are unclear, or you don't agree, or you're not sure why you got the wrong answer, just note it down and come to class and ask the question. Or there's an option to print your results at the end of the module, so you can bring that to class with any questions that you have. And because everyone will have done the activity, right, we'll have a strong baseline from which we can work in the tutorial to answer the more nuanced aspects of the questions. So that's it for the introduction to these online lectures. The main messages today: please make sure you do the online lectures well before the tutorial, and give yourself time to do the extra pre-tutorial preparation. Be resourceful, work hard, figure stuff out, and get help from friends. This will make it much easier for you to get a good start in this course. Finally, please let me know if you have any feedback about these online lectures. If you enjoy them, you find them engaging, interesting, do you find them annoying, would you rather have a traditional lecture, or do you think they're great and you think they should be done right throughout the UPP? So that's it for me. The first online module should now be available in the Week 1 folder of course content in my uni. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.